Okay, so we are going to start SQL in our class. The initial some of the slides, they tell you what is SQL, as I already told you before, what is the history of SQL, etc., etc. So I'm skipping those things, and right away we are going towards the practical part of SQL. And in this practical part, before I go towards the practical part, let me tell you the SQL statements or SQL queries. Here we are focusing on some part of them, not the complete queries. What I mean is, you just saw the select statement. Okay, so these kind of statements, like select, we have other statements like insert, update, and delete. You already saw some of the examples of all these in our last chapter. These SQL statements are divided into three major parts. The first part, in which you create the table, or you change some part of the table, or you drop a table. Drop a table means you remove a table. Okay, so in second part, you insert data, or you select some data. Here it is about the creation or the structure of the tables. This is about the data. You play with the data. So in the second part, that is data manipulation language, it is called DML, where you work only with the data. If you work with the structure of the table, that is called data definition language, or DDL. It includes create statement, alter statement, drop statement, some more will be there. In data manipulation, you play only with the data. You do not play with the structure of the table. Which statements are there in DML, data manipulation language? Select statement, insert statement, update, and delete statement. There is another third type of classification of SQL statement, that is called DCL. DCL stands for data control language. It is basically, in this language, in these statements, you play with the database together overall. So you connect to a database, or you grant some rights to some others users to make them a user, or to allow them to insert or insert some records, or sometimes you allow them to delete some records also. Sometimes you allow them to only view the records also. So you grant some privileges to the users, and in grant you give the privileges, in revoke you take the privileges back. Okay, so in data control language, basically you are playing, or you are controlling the database that you created. So first of all, inshallah, we are going to start working with our DML, which we have already started in our class. So we are going to do some more practice here. So this chapter is about SQL. We also call it SQL. DML, data manipulation language. So here we will see select, we will see insert, we will see update, and we will see delete, inshallah. Okay. This is the arrangement of select statement. How do we use it? Select, either we mention star, yani we want to see all the columns and all the records. Columns, rather, star represents the column. Either star, we select all the columns, or we give the column names specifically after the select. Then we write from, it is called a clause. Select is a statement, from is a clause, where is a clause, group by is a clause, order by is a clause. Let me change the color so that you can see the difference. These blue, okay, not the select one. Select is a statement, from is a clause, where is a clause, group by is a clause. We call them clauses. Okay, you see this clause written in in brackets, it is optional. You can write an SQL statement without this because this is an option. Also, this is in bracket, it means this is optional. This is also in brackets, it means it is also optional. So what necessarily we need to have is select and from. We cannot write any SQL statement, any SQL DML statement, data manipulation query, without having a select and without from. This is the must. Other threes are optional. But if you want to use it, you cannot change their order. If you want to use where and group by, where should come first and group by should come afterwards. If you want to use group by and order by, group by should come first and order by should come later. You cannot change their order. So where should come first? If you want to use it, it should come first. If you want to use it, it should come before order by. If you want to use order by with any other clause, it should come at the end. Okay, so we will see them step by step. Alhamdulillah, in lab we saw select, from and where all together. Okay, in this chapter we are going to make practice about our company schema. And in company schema, we know that our tables are branch, staff, property for rent, client, owner or private owner, viewing, and registration. These are the tables that we want to have in our company database. So first of all, we will create these tables and then we will play with these tables with the data. We will do DML. Since we need to create a table, these tables I have not yet taught you how to create tables. So right away we will skip the learning part of the creation of the table and inserting data. Rather, I will give you some statements and you will copy paste those statements and we will learn it later, inshallah. First, we learn the easier part. You will say, doctor, first we should create the table, then we should work with the table. You are 100% correct, 100% right. But actually, we always start with an easier part first, and easiest part is DML. So to get the students start working with the DBMS or SQL, we always start with DML first, and then we go towards DDL. Any creation of the table and changing the structure of the table. So to do that, you need to do two things. The first thing is the good news for you, and that is that the Oracle company, it has on its website given a live view of SQL. Yani you can write SQL statements at Oracle website, and then you can, you don't see it here. Okay, I'm here. This is Oracle website, and it gives us an interface where we can practice our SQL statements. So for all of your students who had problem in installing Oracle at your homes, at your laptops, so this is a mashallah very nice, alhamdulillah, I would say this is the great blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help all those people who had some problems in their installations. They can practice SQL live from the Oracle. So first of all of you, please go to this website, Oracle, livesql.oracle.com, into the system. So see here, sign in. On the right top, you see sign in. Take this sign in. Okay, I automatically signed in. When you will, okay, we are now on livesql.oracle.com. First of all, you should explore it at your home, how to start working with it. I will directly take you to SQL worksheet. So on the left side, you click on SQL worksheet, okay? And here you can write any of your queries, For example, select static from employees, press. Then after that, either you press Control Enter, then this query will be executed, or you press Run here. When you press Run here, it should execute your query. Okay, so let's run the first query. I run here select static from employees, but if you see here, I wrote here HR dot employees. Why I wrote HR? Because this is this table employees in a schema. Its name is HR. This SQL DBMS live view, it has several schema inside. If you click on the left side to the schema, you can view which schema are there. Okay, you click the schema on the left, and here you can see which schemas are available. One schema is academic, analytical views, customer orders, denoted demo, and others. And this employee table is in HR schema. You see here HR, human resources schema. In this live view, whichever table we are referring to, we should mention the name of the schema with it, so that, because there is not only one schema here, there are several schemas. This we will learn inshallah. So some schemas Oracle has created for us. However, for our own example, we will create our own schema. Okay, guys? So to create our own schema, I hope you have downloaded this file from Blackboard. Have you downloaded? So I'm not teaching you how to create table, just showing you. This is the command or statement or SQL to create a table branch. Create table branch. Then let's first create a table branch. Just copy it, Control C, and paste it into Oracle Live SQL. Paste it and run it. When you paste it and run it, you see the output here in the lower part. This output says that the table is created. Are you successful in creating to create your database? The database, company database. Okay, we are creating the tables and we are now inserting values. These 5 lines, these 5 queries insert values. You see here insert into branch, values, and these are the values. We are inserting into branch table. So copy these 5 lines, Control C, go to your Oracle page, delete the previous query, paste the new queries here. Run it. When I run it, I see these messages. One row inserted, because this each query will insert one row. 5 queries, so 5 rows are inserted. You should copy paste this create table. If it was successful, then your second should also be successful. Copy, create table first, here, and then insert the values. Let's create the second table. This is the second table, staff. All of us, please create the second table. Remove the previous queries, delete them, write the next table, and you see, Alhamdulillah, I have successfully created the staff table. Second table, then insert the values. I run it, and Alhamdulillah, My 5 rows are inserted. Similarly, third table, Alhamdulillah, third table is created. Then insert values into third table. Alhamdulillah, values are inserted. Then the fourth table, Alhamdulillah, fourth table is created. Insert values. Alhamdulillah, values are inserted. Then the last table and the values. No, last, fifth table, it's not the last. Fifth table and the values. Alhamdulillah, the table is created, values are inserted. Now the last, sixth table and its values. And Alhamdulillah, sixth table is also created and values are also created. Okay, it will be done, but we did it step by step so that you really understand the things. What we are doing, we are creating tables, we are inserting records into them, and if you find some problem, we can handle the problem easily. If you copy paste everything together and there is some error, it will be difficult for us to handle the error. That's why I ask you to do it step by step. Okay guys, you have done it, mashallah. Next time, yani, let's say after 1 hour or tomorrow, you open a new browser window, all of this will be deleted and you have to create it again. Okay, you have to create it again, or and otherwise what you should do is you should try to, if there was no error, if there was no error, so make a try in which there was no error and then save it here. Like you see on the screen, you click it here, save. Okay, when you click it save, then give it some name here and enter some description here. So it means you are saving all of your queries as a script, as an SQL script. You wrote query, instead of you type it again, and every next time you open the browser again, it is deleted, so you have to type it again. Instead of typing it again and again, copy pasting it again and again, save it with this save button. See on the screen, with this save button, save it. After you save it, give it a name, give it a description, and you click this button, save session as script. When you save it as script, it will save all of your queries that you wrote so far as a script. Next time you go to here on the left side, my scripts, you click my scripts and you will see your script here. I have already created my script, company DB. I gave it a name, company DB creation. So next time I don't have to copy paste again. I will run this script and my database will be created. This company database is created now. Okay. Otherwise, if you forget this, you can always copy paste it again. All right, guys. Now we have created our company database. Now we start working with our chapter DML. So let's start with it. The very first query we want to run is select static from staff. All of you please select static from staff. Do you get this output? Type here select static from staff and tell me, do you see this output, guys? Next is static means all columns. anything, writing that this is for us. You should save it as a script only if you didn't get any error. Okay, because if you store it with the errors, those statements will also be stored in your script. So make a clean try and copy paste everything without any table, and then write any description. This is my first company database, something like that. The static shows all the table. Which static? Okay guys, Tariq, please use mic to ask your question because I couldn't understand your question. Our first thing is, this is how we started working. Inshallah, we will work with the same Oracle view, inshallah, in all of our labs as well. Static symbol. Yes, this is what I'm asking. This symbol, star, static. It is called static. It means all columns. How many columns do we have here? Staff number, first name, last name, position, sex, date of birth, salary, and branch number. We have these columns here. When we want to select all columns, we write here star. And if we do not want to select all columns, so I want to select some of the columns, okay, not all, then I can mention these column names. See here, I mentioned the column names. These are staff number, first name, last name, address, and there is no address here. So address I should remove because we don't have this in our table. Position. Oh, position is a name of, this will give an error, I think, if I select position, because position is a keyword. And you see that keyword is automatically, it has changed its color. So we should not use any keyword. Anyway, sex, date of birth, salary, branch number. Okay, so I mentioned the name of the columns that I want to display. I run this query, and you see I get these columns which I selected. Okay, what you can do is you can also open the, either you can type it or you can download the slides and you can see the queries there. Okay, so static means all columns. If you want to select some columns, then you should mention the titles of the columns. Okay, can you please show only the staff number, first name, last name, and salary? Staff number, first name, last name, and salary. Can you just show this table in Oracle? So select staff number, for F name, last name, salary from the staff. When I run it, I can see only the columns that I mentioned. Guys, please try it with me. And type that you are done. Success. Okay, I think I should give you more time for your typing and trying. Let's first discuss the other things. Now you have, mashallah, good start and you know how to do that. Okay, all of you, mashallah, thank you for us. All of you, please look at the screen now and I show you some things. I want to see the table viewing. I have a table which is name is viewing. I want to see all the columns. So these are all the columns in the table viewing. So I said select static from viewing. You know that you can type it in different lines. doesn't matter. Like I type it here one by one, I run it, it works fine. Okay, so you can type it in one line or you can type it in different line. You leave many spaces, doesn't matter. Oracle understand it's very good, so we don't need to worry about it. Now I want to see only one column, that is property number. Instead of all, I want to see only this column, property number. So how do I see only this column, property number? I say select property number from the table. Table name is viewing. When I select this and I run it, I see only one column, property number. Okay. In this property number, what do you see here? Can you all of you read it? PA14, PG36, PG4, PG14, PG4. Some property numbers are repeated. Some property numbers are repeated. I don't want to get repeated number. So what do I do when I want to see no repetition? Then I write here distinct. Distinct. It means no repetition. Select distinct property numbers from viewing. You see here there is a repetition. P14 is repeated, PG4 is repeated. When I write with the keyword distinct, what happens? Uh-oh, something is wrong. Let me check. Something is wrong. What is wrong? Invalid statement. Let's make another try. Maybe I did something. Okay, now it is fine. Maybe something was typed there. Let me try this once again. Distinct. Now it works. I don't know. Maybe some character was typed there. What's the difference when I write star from staff and from staff? Faras, see, look in this table. Look at this statement. Okay. Select. Here you should write which columns you want to select. From here you should write select says column names, and after the from you should write table names. Okay, then you write semicolon. If you want to select all the columns, you write asterisk. The table name here is staff. Select all columns from the table staff. When you run it, oh, something is wrong. Let me check what is wrong. It's fine, because there was some characters here which was not understood by Oracle, so I deleted those characters. It is showing all the columns from the table staff. If I want to select only some columns, for example, I want to select first name and last name. Instead of staff, I write here first name, the same. I should write exactly the same column names. First name, last name from staff. Run the query and you see here only the columns that you mentioned. Understood for us? Okay, so we saw distinct, that if we don't want to have a repetition, we use the word distinct. Then is if we want to perform some mathematical operation from our mathematical values. Let's say I want to see, first of all, select static from staff. Let me make a stupid try and see what happens. Okay, yeah, I can see both of them. First, in the first query, I saw all the columns from staff. In second column, in second query, I want to see another column with half of the salary. Actually, when you see all of the columns, the salary here, it is mentioned annual salary. Okay, I want to see monthly salary. Okay, so I divide the salary by 12. Salary is divided by 12. So this is original salary, which is per annum salary, yearly salary. When I divide it by 12, it is dividing this 30,000 by 12. Answer is 2,500. It is showing me the values which are after division of 12. And as we saw last time, if we want to give some names to the columns, then we can mention the column names here with keyword as. Instead of salary, I want to show annual salary, so I say annual salary, and this half salary I want to show as monthly salary. With the help of as, you can change the column names. Run it. Invalid statement. Where is the problem? Yes. Now it's fine. There was some typing problem here. You see here, this salary is now mentioned as annual salary, and you see here annual salary. This is 30,000. And this salary, which we divided by 12, instead of writing this in the column head, we want to write monthly salary. So we use the keyword as, yani this should be the new column name, and it gave us the new column name, monthly salary. Okay, so copy paste it for our records. Yeah, it's already here. After as, you should write one word. Okay, it should not have any space. And you saw here, I used here underscore so that it becomes one word. If we write it two words, it will give you an error. So after keyword as, it should be one word. Doesn't matter how long. If you want to have it two words, so use underscore. Okay. Or maybe if we write in quotes, it may work. If we write it in quotes, I'm not sure. Let's try. Yeah, it does not work with the quotes. Let me try with the double quotes. Yeah, it double quotes, it works. So if I don't want to insert an underscore and I insist on inserting a space, so you can write it in double quotes. It will use the space. Okay, next is we want to select some records. Once again, you see here salary. It is 30,000, 12,000, 18,000, 9,000, and so on. Okay, different salaries. Let's say I want to select salary records from this staff where the salary is more than 10,000. Okay, I want to select salary from staff where salary is more than 10,000. How do I write it? Where salary is more than 10,000. This is how we mention it. So it will show me the records where salary, static, let me write this, static. So it shows me all the columns, but the salary here is more than 10,000. You see 12,000, 30,000, 18,000, 24,000. I can mention here less than 10,000. If I mention here less than 10,000, so it will show me that salary is only less than 10,000, which are 9,000 and 9,000. Okay, great. Similarly, now let's work with the second table. We want to work with the table branch. Do we have a branch table? Yes, we do. We have a table branch. The data in the branch is, this is branch number, street, city, and postal code. Okay. Let's say I want to see the records where the city is London only. So how do I mention it? I say select static from branch where city is London. Okay, city is equal to London. Best is I copy paste. Okay, and then I have to write it in single quotes, because single quotes make it text. Now I see the records which are London, London, only London. Or I want to see the records where it's London or Glasgow. So I will say where city is equal to London or city is equal to Glasgow. No, wrong spellings. Double S. Glasgow. Spellings are correct. Where is the issue? Let me check. Where is the issue? Maybe spelling mistake. So we copy it from here. Okay, these quotes are, guys, wrong here, because in MS Word it is comma, but in SQL we do not need comma, we need single quote. So I am replacing it with single quote. Okay. Uh-oh. Glasgow. It has written Glasgow, not Glasgow. Oh, that's why it is not glass. We know it is Glasgow, so we should write it Glasgow. Stupid mistake. Okay. Now we see the city, London or Glasgow. So here we see or means this condition is true or this condition is true. So both of the places, when this condition is true, show all the records. Okay. Now something very interesting. We want to show the salaries of the employees. We want to show all the employees whose salaries is between 20,000 and 30,000. Whose salaries are between 20,000 and 30,000. How do we do that? Now see here, I say select static from staff, select static from staff where salary is between 20,000 and 30,000. I can write it in several ways. First way, I write it like this: salary between 20,000 and 30,000. This is one way. I write it like this, that salary. You see all the words which become pink, they are keywords. So it has specific meaning for Oracle. We should not use it for our own meanings. Where is a keyword. We use it only for specific meaning. Select is a keyword. From is a keyword. Between and, these are also keywords. So these are used first range, second range. When I run this query, it says invalid statement. Wow. Why? Where salary between 20,000 and 30,000. what is the okay, invalid statement. I have to close it from the end. Now it works. What was the problem, guys? You may get the same problem. See here, there were some spaces here at the end which I should remove because those were not understood by Oracle. Why I removed these spaces, everything worked fine. Okay, see the salaries between 20,000 and 30,000. It is 24,000 and it is 30,000. So both are inclusive. 30,000 means 30,000 will also be included. If there is a salary of 20,000, that will also be included. Okay, we should